Hi there, my name's Simon Drew, and I'd like to welcome you to the Practical Stoic Podcast, where I give you practical Stoic advice for modern times. If you'd like to learn more about Stoicism, or if you want some added inspiration in your day, just go to my website. It's risetothegoodlife.com. If you're interested in transforming your life with Stoic principles, then I also offer one-on-one coaching. To book your first free session, just head to risetothegoodlife.com/coaching and follow the links. But for now, enjoy this episode. Hi there, my name's Simon Drew, and welcome to the Practical Stoic Podcast. You know, it's becoming increasingly more difficult to live fully in one moment of time. We are constantly being bombarded with distractions and notifications and marketing messages and other people who believe that their purposes are more valuable than our own, and sometimes it seems impossible to simply be in one place at one time doing one thing and doing it well. You know, one of my favorite maxims for life is one that Jim Rohn used to share, and it goes something like this: wherever you are, be there. It's such a simple message, and it seems like it would be easy to implement, but it's important to recognize that since Jim Rohn began sharing that simple message, our lives have been filled with even more devices and messages designed to divert our attention from the moment. Our phones and even our watches are sending us notifications every minute. People are emailing us constantly, companies are advertising their products everywhere we go, people are demanding our time, and there seems to be no end in sight. But having said all this, it's also interesting to note that this isn't a new problem unique to our age. People have always been prone to distractions, and they have always had a hard time being perfectly mindful and present in each moment. And how do I know this? Well, I know this because Epictetus was teaching about this around 2,000 years ago. And this is what he said, quote, "Caretake this moment, immerse yourself in its particulars. Respond to this person, this challenge, this deed. Quit the evasions. Stop giving yourself needless trouble. It's time to really live, to fully inhabit the situation you happen to be in now. You are not some disinterested bystander. Participate, exert yourself. Respect your partnership with Providence. Ask yourself often, how may I perform this particular deed such that it would be consistent with the divine will? Heed the answer and get to work." End quote. You know, something that I really love about the Stoics is that many of the messages that they shared and taught are absolutely timeless. They were valuable then, and they are even more valuable and useful to us today. And in my opinion, this message from Epictetus is particularly valuable because of all the distractions that we face in modern life. Most of us really do need to hear someone tell us, as Epictetus just did, to respond to this person, this challenge, this deed. We need to learn the art of presence, and we need to develop the habit of being mindful in every situation. We need to decide that wherever we are, we're going to be there, in that moment, with that person, doing that task, giving our full and undivided attention to the moment. And Epictetus didn't stop at encouraging us to be present in the moment, but he also said that we should do whatever we're doing in the most effective way. I'll repeat what he said, quote, "Ask yourself often, how may I perform this particular deed in such a way that it would be consistent with the divine will? Heed the answer and get to work." End quote. So not only should you be mindful of where you are and what you're doing, but you should also be mindful of how you're doing it. If you're having a conversation, have a really great conversation. If you're at work, really be at work and try to do a great job. If you're exercising, make sure that you're being mindful of how you're exercising. So really, the message that Epictetus shared can be broken into two parts. First, wherever you are, be there. And second, whatever you're doing, do it well. I don't know about you, but I think that's a pretty great strategy for success in whatever you're doing. And it really all goes back to the suggestion that Epictetus gave at the start of that passage, which was that we should caretake this moment. Each moment in life offers many opportunities. Some people are skilled caretakers, and they are able to see and take advantage of those opportunities. But other people are distracted and lazy caretakers, and they allow these opportunities to float on by. And so I wanted to give you some tactics that may be able to help you to be more present and to eliminate the distractions. because that's the first and most important step towards becoming a better caretaker. The first suggestion is to turn off the notifications on your phone or put your phone onto Do Not Disturb mode. Start cutting out the constant wave of notifications each day. And this will really go a long way towards you becoming more present in each moment. And the second suggestion is to consider Tim Ferriss's strategy of only checking email or social media at certain times in the day. For example, you might decide that at 9 o'clock in the morning and 4 o'clock in the afternoon, you can go on Facebook for 15 minutes. Or you might decide that for 20 minutes at 4:30 in the afternoon, you're going to respond to all of your emails and messages from that day. That way you're not stopping all day to respond to other people's questions or problems, and you can focus fully on each task without feeling the urgency to respond to everybody else. Another strategy is just to plan your day. Never start a day unless you've fully planned it. When you plan out your day and you know what you want to achieve and when you want to achieve it, you'll find that things run much smoother and you'll be far more productive. You'll also find, as I have found when I've done this, that you'll be more present in each task. My next suggestion would be just to get into the habit of remembering where you are and what you're doing. Constantly try to remind yourself about what you're doing or who you're with or what's happening in this moment. And once you get into that habit, you'll recognize that it just starts to happen naturally. And my final suggestion would be meditation. Meditation is another strategy that can clear your mind and allow you to be more focused in your day. Try meditating for just 10 to 20 minutes every morning and see if you're better able to concentrate on each moment throughout the day. And so, whatever your strategy is, remember that you should always aim to be present and mindful in each moment. Remember that nobody was ever helped by becoming more distracted. You're doing yourself and the people in your life a disservice by allowing your mind to wander from task to task. Remember where you are and what you're doing. And as Epictetus instructed, caretake this moment. I'll talk to you next time, but until then, I hope that this episode has helped you on your rise to the good life. Ciao. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Practical Stoic Podcast. I hope that you've gotten a lot of value out of it, and I hope that it helps you to live a better life. If you have enjoyed the podcast, then don't forget to subscribe so that you'll be the first to know when there are new episodes. If you really love the podcast, then I would appreciate a positive review, whether that's on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, or wherever else you listen. Don't forget that if you're interested in one-on-one Stoic coaching, then you can head to risetothegoodlife.com/coaching to book your first free session today.